Have you ever wondered about how one of the world's most decorated football clubs, FC Barcelona, spiraled into turmoil? Barcelona, the pride of Catalonia, has an illustrious history filled with triumphs and unparalleled success. Domestically, they've won a record 77 trophies. 27 La Liga titles, 31 Copa del Rey titles, and 14 Supercopa de España titles. On the international stage, they've secured 22 European and worldwide titles, including 5 UEFA Champions League crowns, 4 UEFA Cup Winners' Cups, and 5 UEFA Super Cups. Ranked first in the International Federation of Football History and Statistics Club World Ranking multiple times, Barcelona has been a beacon of excellence. Their long-standing rivalry with Real Madrid, known as El Clasico, is one of the most celebrated fixtures in world football. However, behind this glittering success lies a tale of decline. From financial woes to managerial instability, poor transfer decisions, and the departure of their talismanic player, Lionel Messi, Barcelona's recent years have been tumultuous. Today, we delve deep into the downfall of this football giant to uncover what went wrong. First, let's dive into the financial quagmire that set the stage for Barcelona's dramatic decline. Part 1. Financial Mismanagement. What did Barcelona do wrong? Barcelona's financial troubles began years before their recent crisis. The club's mismanagement under President Josep Maria Bartomeu saw excessive spending on player salaries and transfer fees without a sustainable revenue model. By 2021, the club was over 1 billion euros in debt. The signing of high-wage players like Philippe Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele, and Antoine Griezmann, along with the sale of Neymar to PSG in 2017, marked a significant turning point. The revenue from Neymar's sale was poorly reinvested, leading to financial instability. Bartomeu's administration focused on short-term success rather than long-term sustainability. They gambled on expensive transfers to maintain competitiveness in the short run, ignoring the looming financial crisis. The COVID-19 pandemic exacerbated these issues, highlighting the unsustainable financial practices that had been in place for years. Revenue streams such as matchday income, merchandising, and stadium tours dwindled during the pandemic, further straining the club's finances. The failure to renegotiate player wages and the accumulation of debt from prior years of high spending led to the club's economic downfall. Despite numerous attempts to cut costs, including salary reductions and player sales, the financial damage was too severe to quickly recover from. To add more damage, Barca still houses 2 of the highest-paid footballers, Frankie de Jong and Robert Lewandowski, who have passed their prime. But financial woes were just one part of the story. Let's look at the transfer decisions that added fuel to the fire. Part 2. Transfer disasters. Who did they buy and who did they sell? Barcelona's transfer strategy during Bartomeu's presidency was nothing short of disastrous. The sale of Neymar to Paris Saint-Germain in 2017 for a world record fee of 222 million euros was the beginning of a series of poor decisions. Instead of investing wisely, the club splurged on big names without considering their fit within the team's tactical setup. Coutinho, Dembele, and Griezmann were brought in for a combined total of over 400 million euros. Coutinho struggled to adapt and was eventually loaned out. Dembele faced constant injury problems and was eventually sold to PSG in 2023. And Griezmann couldn't find his place in the team's system. Meanwhile, Barcelona sold key academy graduates and experienced players who understood the club's philosophy. Players like Arthur Melo, Carlos Perez, and even veterans like Ivan Rakitic and Luis Suarez were offloaded, further destabilizing the squad. Furthermore, Barcelona's transfer strategy lacked a clear vision. They bought players like Arturo Vidal without considering whether they would fit into the team's tactical setup. This scattergun approach to transfers led to a bloated squad with high wages but low productivity. In contrast to their historical success built on a blend of academy graduates and smart signings, Barcelona's recent transfer policy emphasized instant results over sustainable growth, leading to a fragmented and underperforming squad. These transfer blunders drained Barcelona's finances and disrupted the team's balance, leading to poor performances on the pitch. But transfers were not the only issue. The frequent changes in the coaching staff also played a critical role. Part 3. Coaching Carousel. Why so many changes? After the departure of Luis Enrique in 2017, Barcelona saw a revolving door of managers, each with different tactical philosophies. Ernesto Valverde, Quique Setién, and Ronald Koeman all tried and failed to restore Barcelona to its former glory. Valverde's pragmatic approach, which focused on results over style, clashed with the club's attacking identity and philosophy. Despite winning La Liga titles, his tenure was marred by humiliating defeats in the Champions League, including the infamous 4-0 loss to Liverpool. Quique Setién, who succeeded Valverde, attempted to return to the traditional tiki-taka style, but lacked the squad depth and tactical acumen to implement it effectively. His short tenure ended after a disastrous 8-2 defeat to Bayern Munich and the Champions League. Ronald Koeman faced immense challenges, including financial constraints and an aging squad. His direct style of play and reliance on younger players brought some positive changes but were insufficient to overcome the deep-rooted issues. The frequent managerial changes created instability, with each coach trying to impose a new system without enough time to build cohesion. This instability at the managerial level prevented the team from building a consistent playing style and long-term vision. Even when Barcelona did make big signings, they often failed to live up to expectations. Let's explore why. Part 4. Big signings, big failures. Why didn't they work out? Several of Barcelona's marquee signings underperformed due to various reasons. Dembele, plagued by injuries, struggled to find consistent form. Coutinho, a record signing, never adapted to the team's style and spent much of his time on loan. Griezmann, despite his talent, couldn't fit into a system that revolved around Messi. These players were brought in at immense cost but did not live up to their potential, contributing to the club's financial strain and on-field struggles. Even homegrown talents like Ansu Fati faced injury setbacks, further highlighting the club's misfortune and mismanagement. Additionally, the pressure and expectations placed on these signings were immense. They were not only expected to perform at a high level, but also to replace or complement the influence of Messi, which proved to be an unsurmountable task. The lack of a coherent tactical plan and the constant changes in management further complicated their integration into the team. The result was a series of high-profile flops that drained financial resources and failed to deliver success on the pitch. Perhaps the most significant blow to Barcelona's fortunes was the departure of their talisman, Lionel Messi. Let's delve into how his exit impacted the club. Part 5. How did Messi's departure affect Barcelona? Messi's exit in 2021 was a watershed moment for Barcelona. Financial constraints meant that the club could not afford to renew his contract even after Messi agreed to a significant pay cut. His departure left a void that was impossible to fill. Messi was not just the team's best player, but also its creative engine, around whom the entire playing strategy was built. His departure meant that Barcelona lost their main goal scorer, playmaker, and leader on the pitch. Without him, Barcelona struggled to find a new identity and relied heavily on inexperienced players. The impact of Messi's departure was felt both on and off the pitch. On the field, the team struggled to create and convert chances, leading to a significant drop in their performance. Off the field, the club's marketability and global appeal took a hit, affecting sponsorship deals and merchandise sales. Comparatively, Real Madrid managed to stay competitive after losing Ronaldo thanks to their financial prudence and balanced squad development. They invested wisely in a blend of experienced players and young talents, maintaining a competitive edge. Barcelona's heavy reliance on Messi meant that his departure left a void that was difficult to fill. The club's financial mismanagement, leading to issues with player registrations and wage bills, further compounded their struggles. Lastly, let's examine the role of management and this downfall. Part number 6, management failures and internal turmoil. The role of management, particularly under Bartomeu, was pivotal in Barcelona's decline. Poor financial decisions, a lack of strategic planning, and a series of ill-judged signings all point to a leadership failure. Bartomeu's tenure was marred by controversies, including a social media scandal and the mishandling of player contracts. The aging squad and the neglect of La Masia, the club's famed academy, further exemplified the mismanagement. Instead of rejuvenating the team with young talents by gradually adding them, the club relied on expensive, often ineffective signings. The planned renovation of Camp Nou added to the financial burden, diverting essential funds from player recruitment and wages. Internal conflicts and scandals, such as the Barçagate incident, damaged the club's reputation and internal harmony. The subsequent president, Joan Laporta, inherited a financial mess and a demoralized squad. The lack of coherent vision and reactive decision-making at the top levels of the club's hierarchy significantly undermined Barcelona's stability and success. The board's inability to navigate the financial challenges and rebuild the squad sustainably has left Barcelona in a precarious position, both financially and competitively. In the end, whether Barcelona can reach the heights of the Messi era remains to be seen. What do you think? Will we ever see Barcelona dominate European football again? Let us know in the comments below.